Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. You are watching Movie Couple Live. I'm Wendy,
I'm Dustin.
and welcome to our live stream where we talk about movie news and pop culture news, whatever the latest may be. Thank you for joining all of us.
Woo.
Hello. Wow, I feel like the lighting is a little, you know why? We're not wearing extremely dark or bright colors, so we're not like as
Oh,
washed out as
we're very
before.
beige kind of thing.
I
Yeah.
guess wearing dark, it's the camera. Anyways, hello. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a good Saturday. If you're joining us for the very first time ever, welcome to our live stream and welcome to our channel where we talk about the latest in movies, TV shows, trailer reactions, all of that good stuff. And if you're here already, if you're here early, one of our movie bunches, hit that thumbs up button. And I don't know, it does something for the YouTube
It somehow,
for the
somehow
algorithm.
helps us out. We're not
Yeah.
quite sure how, but we know it does.
Exactly. So hope you guys are having a good weekend. We're in LA and it is, oh my gosh, so super hot today.
It's supposed to get up to 113 degrees.
Currently it is
109.
109. So we
No
have our
fun.
thermostat set pretty high so the AC doesn't keep running because that's more money.
But that means this room is going to get a little toasty.
It's gonna get a little
today.
toasty, so I don't know if we'll make it through the hour, but fingers crossed and hope that we do. And our topics today, because I don't think I wrote them down on the main stream thing when I created it, but it is on the banner here. We're talking about just a little bit of our thoughts, spoiler-free thoughts on Mulan. But of course, if you want to see our long, fleshed-out thoughts, you can watch our non-spoiler review that's available on our channel, or if you're a Patreon, our spoiler review is now finally. It's fine, you guys. It took me like 6 tries yesterday.
I have to admit, for some reason, yeah, our Wi-Fi just did not want to upload, or it did not want to process on YouTube.
No, the processing
and I'm
wasn't.
like, why won't this thing go through? The last one went through pretty quickly.
Yeah, the last one took no time at all, and then I literally would upload it, and then the time for the upload estimate kept on going up. So it was like 15 minutes, 24 minutes,
45
an hour and 25. I'm like, no. So I kept on canceling and redoing it, and it was the same thing over and over. Finally, I just left it overnight and then it finished doing that and then it finished processing. So now it is up on our Patreon page if you would like to see that.
Yay!
We're also talking about
Special effects.
sorry, we didn't get to do this part, but we are talking about, you want to read that one?
What special word, huh?
Okay.
Our thoughts on our Mulan, our boneless chicken wings, really wings.
Yeah, we're also talking about the Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas drive-through event.
And we're going to talk a little bit we don't have many subjects for today.
Not a lot of news.
But today. We do want to do an Ask Us Anything.
AMA/AUA, because there's 2 of us. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into talking about Mulan. And as we said, it's going to be a non-spoiler discussion. We have already kind of given our thoughts on it already, but let us know, you guys, in the chat, if you guys have seen it, if you decided to pay for the PVOD premium access, or if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you would rather wait until December when it does release on the streaming platform. And then I guess if you don't have Disney Plus, do you just wait for the home release then? It would be out by then because it's September.
Yeah, so you'd have to buy it on like DVD
or PV or just regular VOD, I think.
Yeah, but then again, if you buy it off of like Amazon Prime or something, it's going to end up being like almost $30 anyways. So might as well if you get it now. Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Okay, so we got a spammer in here. Hold on, let me take care of that real quick. Sorry, hold on.
See, this is where you wish we had one extra person
where we can
kind of split Wendy into 2 people,
so
she can go through and kind of be like the producer at the same time.
That'd be nice. Only if
superpowers for Wendy.
no Jutsu. Give me that Naruto power. Okay, so going into the chat, because that's what today's going to be about. We're just hanging out with all of you guys, hanging out in the chat. I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer to Dustin because somehow it was lined up before and now it is not. So let's see. Pardee says today feels like tomorrow and yesterday felt like today.
It's weird. Yeah, it's still the fact that since there's no real schedule kind of thing in our lives, how much it's just like, wait, what is today?
Yeah.
October?
Today's October? No, not yet. Today
not
is
yet. No, we're still
September 5th.
We're still in September.
2 days before my birthday. So we are doing a special live stream. It's going to be from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. of us just hanging out, There might be other people stopping by. There might not. I don't know. I send out the invitation way too late, and people do still work during that time period. So we're not guaranteeing you guests. I'm not even going to tell you who I sent the invite to, because I don't want you to get your hopes up, because that's not guaranteed. It's totally dependent on their schedule. But you'll get us for sure, and
Yep, we'll
Navi.
be here.
We'll be
And
here,
Navi.
and Navi as well. So we'll have fun. Um, Debbie says, "Oi, I guess I shouldn't be bragging about 97 degrees. Must be nice,
Oh, actually,
Debbie. That
I would
sounds
be happy at
lovely.
97 degrees right
That
now.
sounds lovely. I want.
That sounds like, go out and, put on a nice coat kind of weather compared to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
But then,
oh,
of course, there's some places that Death Valley got up to like 130 degrees. I'm like,
no.
okay, I guess, yeah, I have the same thing where it's
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much because it could be about 20 degrees worse.
Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Okay, let's see what else. Hey, and also an early birthday to Noah. Noah's birthday
Happy
is
birthday,
tomorrow.
Noah.
Yay!
Woo!
Virgo season, you guys. Virgo season. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Debbie says, I've waited this long for the movie, could wait a little longer. So you just have
Yeah.
just a few more months until December if you choose
And
to
I
wait.
see that as a perfectly viable way to watch the movie too. If you're like,
Mhm.
yeah, if you weren't really that big of a fan of like the original Mulan,
Mhm.
then yeah, wait until December kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, no, I want to see
I wanna
this, I want
see
to
it
see how
right
they did it.
now.
We're supposed to see it back in March,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Then yeah, I mean, I recommend dropping the $30
Yeah.
unless there's a little
Unless you
bit,
can't.
unless you're like
Unless you
by
can't.
yourself kind of a thing, because then it's kind of like, well, then I just spent $30 for
Myself.
myself. That's a $30
You
ticket.
can, I guess, also say that with any other VOD. Like Bill and Ted for
True.
us was $25, right?
19. I think it was 19.99.
Oh, $20?
I
Okay.
think it was $20.
It's actually a lot cheaper. Okay.
And there are some movie theater tickets that are about $20 for like the super comfy experience kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Did you know that there is a theater in Vegas? I don't know which one, but I heard this or I read it somewhere, probably on Twitter, about Tenet, because Tenet is not showing here in LA. I think the closest place
Oh
that's showing
yeah.
it is Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We're not planning to drive out to Vegas for a film. As much as we are dying to see Tenet, we don't actually want to get sick by seeing Tenet. So we'll just be patient and we'll wait for a VOD or however they want to release, which is kind of sucky, but at least we can kind of do the pause rewind because it is that kind of a film. You can be like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, because a lot of Nolan's films are
Yeah.
just a little bit of a wait, huh?
Yeah.
And you have to try to get it for a second time. But honestly, Tenet is one of those movies
Oh, I read.
that I really want to see in the theaters.
Yes. I think I read Noah's birthday thing wrong. Oh, sorry. He said his birthday is a month from tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday,
Oh,
regardless. Happy early birthday, regardless. Oh, Noah says, you didn't need to buy the movie as it came out yesterday because you can wait until December 4th to let it become free. Not free because we pay for Disney Plus, so it's not 100% free.
yeah, if you have Disney Plus, then you can watch
They
it
have
for
my
free.
Disney Plus money. However, being film
Critics?
viewers, sure, reviewers,
Reviewers, I think that's probably
as
fair.
what we do on YouTube, it is certainly important for us to see it as soon as it became available, and I've been dying for him to see this movie. So
Yeah.
plus there was a super chat that was donated to us that covered the fees for that film. So we watched it, and now we have reviews up for people to watch.
Very true. And also, I have to admit, Wendy has been kind of on embargo with this movie for so long, and she's been wanting to talk to me about it.
Like the spoiler stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
he
the
knows the
spoiler
story
stuff.
of Mulan, but like
things that they changed, things that they kept, things that the way that they kind of reformatted the story.
Yeah.
But I feel really bad because especially when it's something you really want to talk about, I am terrible at keeping any kind of secret kind of a thing.
Yes.
So I can understand completely about wanting to talk to something that you're enthusiastic about and being like, no, you haven't seen it yet kind of a thing. You haven't
seen it yet. But I did like one of the comments from, I believe it was Jack. He says, I think Mulan is one of the best Disney live action remakes.
I'd say it's maybe in the top 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to put the best on there because I think for me personally, obviously, this is not a fact. This is just personal preference. And as I'm trying to finger comb a terrible knot that is in my hair that I didn't notice until just now, I feel that for me, my number one is probably Cinderella because I loved it so much.
I really liked Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lion King, Jungle Book, maybe not in that order. And then
Wait,
I would.
Lion King?
Oh, I love the Lion King remake. Oh,
Oh,
you know this. I loved it.
I know.
Because
I'm trying to
we
remember. I
talked about
thought you
this
told me your list before, and I don't remember you putting Lion King in there.
shot by shot, and that's exactly what I wanted. For that movie specifically, it's weird. It's weird because some of the other films, I'm like, no, I don't need to see this moment exactly. But for Lion King, I'm like, yes, put it in, put it all in the same nuances, the same way you say the lines, do it all. Um, but yeah, I would say just to kind of speak on our thoughts on Mulan very quickly is that it is the most unique out of all the live action
Yeah.
remakes from Disney because it does differ from the not having the songs in the film to not having Mushu and Kriki to not having the existing characters that were in the animated, such as Shang Li and the grandmother. They're not in the film. Instead, we have Mulan's younger sister, and we have Hong Hui and Commander Tang, who is awesome. Who is awesome.
Well, anytime you get Donnie Yen,
Yeah.
he's just his presence, his poise, his just his aura when he's on screen is just his insane martial arts skills.
Yeah.
You just look at him and you're kind of like, you are definitely a master in something because you just radiate this confidence, this aura of just don't mess with me kind of a thing.
Yeah, just like such comfort. I feel like when we watch Donnie Yen in anything.
Yeah,
effortless.
He's
and
just
this aura that you talked about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and from everything that I've seen him in, I haven't seen him in much, but I've seen him in, I've seen him in Rogue One. I saw him in It Man. I haven't seen the movie all the way through. I've seen a lot of really cool clips, but he's always this stoic kind of a character, and I love it.
Yeah, he's so good. And we of course have this is Chris's choice for this Saturday. Thank you so much, Chris, for hanging out with us today, and welcome back to the live stream. So for today's Chris's choice, and everybody in the chat and as well as in the comment section, if you're watching this after this goes live, you're welcome to participate. And Chris says, the universe is in peril. The most powerful villains in the universe are your foes. You can choose any 5 heroes to save the world. Who do you choose? For me, Superman, Luke Skywalker, Thor, Captain America, and Batman.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of always want Superman on your side. That's a really good one. I like that list. And I love the throw in of Luke Skywalker in there too, because we got Marvel, we've got DC, and we've got Star Wars. So Luke Skywalker is a really good one. Who would be some of your 5? Definitely, yeah, I have to go with Superman. I think
you do yours first. Okay, I think so your wheels are turning, and I'm thinking.
Okay, so yeah, definitely Superman. Some of my favorite, Batman. I love Iron Man. Putting Iron Man in there. You need another big hitter sometimes because
mine are all big hits, but okay.
Oh, but you have to.
I mean, they're superheroes though.
True. I mean, you want to be able to have someone on the battlefield that can just, deal this devastating blow to a massive amount of massive amount of enemies. I'm starting to get like strategic now in this, and you have to have your brains. And having Iron Man and Batman in there is good for the brains and the tech department. So now I need some like 2 heavy hitters, and then a kind of like a bard character, which was kind of like someone that would be designed to be able to help them do things that certain characters can't do. So I think Nightcrawler would be a good one.
Ooh.
Because you could have Nightcrawler in charge of teleporting your different heroes to different spots, to different places a lot faster. Or instead of Nightcrawler, having Cloak, who is able to teleport big groups of people to different places. Having a teleporter, and if you want to throw like a time traveler in there somewhere, so that you could have, even if they can just do like a quick little jump to the past. So, oops, that didn't work out. Jump back a little bit. Oh, that didn't work. Jump back a little bit.
Yeah.
Having like Blink in there, or if you had like
Blink from X-Men.
Yeah. With her portals and stuff.
That's actually one of my picks. Okay, so specifically, what are your 5? Because I'm losing track.
I'm just starting to spew out a whole bunch of guys.
You can't do that. You can't have all of them.
I would definitely go Superman, Iron Man, Batman for my top 3. it's Thor is a really good universal heavy hitter, but then I think I'd want Nightcrawler in there to help with movement on the battlefield, kind of a thing, getting people to different places or taking out certain things.
Yeah. Okay, that's your 5 picks?
Those are my 5.
Okay, for me, great picks, by the way.
Thank you.
For me, I am going to pick Dr. Manhattan.
Oh.
Because that solves a lot of my problems. Someone who can manipulate time and reality and all that, and just be very, very powerful.
Do pretty much everything.
Pretty much anything. I just need him. That's it. No, just kidding. Dr. Manhattan, Captain Marvel.
Your team's already better.
Stop saying that. Captain America for the tactical, kind of strategic sort of a thing. Not the Hulk, but I want the mind of Dr.
You want Bruce?
I want Bruce Banner because he has that mind. And then if he can kind of double as the Hulk as well, that's like one super.
Okay, so you want Professor Hulk?
Oh yes, I do.
Professor Hulk is who you want.
Yes, okay, so that's Dr. Manhattan, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Professor Hulk. I am going to pick Black Widow because she would be great to have as espionage.
Yes.
And maybe serve as a double agent.
That is a really good team. I really do think your team wins on that one.
I was like, oh, to win, Dr. Manhattan.
Nope, that is very true. I'm just like, oh, how did Dr. Manhattan slip through my mind? That is an awesome pick.
Oh man, now it makes me want to watch The Watchmen all over again.
Oh, that was such a good show.
Yeah.
I really wish they would make another one. I don't know if they need to like continue the story or have another kind of separate universe standalone story, kind of like how this was.
Yeah.
Maybe something that focuses more on some of the other characters or something. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know what I want. I just want something more of Watchmen.
Oh man. Yeah, really, really great. And then let's go to the chat and see what they are saying. Thank you so much, Chris, for this awesome Chris's choice.
This was a fun one. I like building my own superhero team. One.
Oh yeah. Craig says Hellboy, only because he's the only one I want to just hang out with. Legit, that's a legit reason.
So when the battle's going on, you're just sitting back with a beer with Hellboy.
For Jack, he picks Ray, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Nightwing, and she's a really good one too, and Captain Marvel, and specifically Nightwing from the Titans.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sheriff the Hufflepuff writes, I'm a huge feminist, so I choose Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Rey Skywalker, Supergirl, and Captain Marvel.
That's
Supergirl
is a good one too. I like that list.
Yes, and let's see, they would also add Mystique, because she can change forms. So that's actually a really good one.
That's a good infiltration.
Debbie writes, Captain America, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, Superman, and Scarlet Witch. And
yeah, definitely. I'm like sitting here after you guys are saying your lists. I'm like, oh man, Captain Marvel, duh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then like Scarlet Witch. Oh come on, how come I didn't think of that? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as soon as I'm starting to go, oh, my list's not that good anymore. All these other ones are really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Widow. Is that it? Wendy, did you see G4 needs talent on Twitter? People are tweeting you, really?
Oh, cool. Well, you've got plenty of talent, my love. So
if are they hiring for hosts? I'll submit a self-tape. Okay, I'll find it in a little bit because I don't see any right now. I don't see any right now.
So I've always found that weird, how people are like, oh yeah, people are like tweeting you or texting you or something like that. And I'm just like, since I'm not very good on social media, I'm like, I don't know how to find it.
Thank you so much, Chris, for your super chat for today's Chris's Choice. And we also have a super chat from D-Train. Thank you very much. OMG, just saw Tenet. A masterpiece. The hype is real. Never doubted it in my mind.
I want to see it so bad.
Late to the party saw it too because the theater had just opened up in their town.
Oh, really?
Near them, so they went and saw it. And with that said, you guys kind of know our stance on going to theaters right now. I am still very anxious, and I don't feel like sitting in an enclosed theater for an extended amount of time just doesn't make me feel comfortable. So we are going to opt for PVOD, which I know by the time we see it,
drive-in.
They're not doing that though.
I know, but they might.
I don't know. Like, I think they said that they were not doing, like, it's meant for the big screen, so they're doing it for like the theatrical. Fine. That's what I read. Maybe if I am wrong, please correct me, because I would pay whatever they want me to pay for a drive-in. Oh, speaking of Tenet, yes, we're talking about movie theaters. So there is a theater somewhere in Vegas, and I don't know where, I don't know which hotel or whatever theater brand, but apparently you can actually rent out a theater just for you and your friends, up to 20 people, to watch the movie.
That's clever.
If I had the money, and if it wasn't in Vegas, I would 100% do it.
I wonder how much it is then for 20 people, because then you kind of
you
have
got
to
charge
pay...
per. Well, it's probably a flat rate because they said up to 20 people, so it's got to be like, what do you think?
It's got to be a couple hundred.
Yeah, because they have to cover for the staff who has to clean the thing and to set it up.
Well, and also and for the rights to play the movie. And that costs
cool,
a lot.
Yeah.
So, but probably at this time, I wouldn't be surprised if the distributors of Tenet are like, yeah, we'll cut you a deal. Let's work something out so you can show this movie, kind of a thing. So, because they want people to show this movie in the theaters. It's just the fact that theaters aren't open, and if they are opened, not a lot of people. You'll have some people that go, but not like the masses that you would get around this time of year for a movie like this.
Oh, wait. Okay. Pardee says that it is playing in drive-ins. So we will, after this live stream, because I don't want to start Googling while we're here. So after the live stream, we will take a look. And if there is some sort of a drive-in near us, then we will go and see Tenet in that way, because that's how we saw the New Mutants.
Yeah.
We had a lovely experience. So we will make sure.
Heck, I will super clean my window before we go.
Yeah. If you have any smudges on your window, it's very apparent. And then that's all you can focus on instead of looking through the window and onto the screen. So it's lesson learned. Yep. And let's see. There's another comment. Oh, Black Bono Lala writes, in City Walk Universal Studios, or Universal Studios is doing the same thing on renting out screening. So we can check that out and see.
That would make sense, because Universal would have tons of different screening rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can just rent out a smaller one for just the two of us, depending on how much it is, just for the two of us.
I would say that would be something for a lot of these smaller theaters to start doing, to see if you can be like, hey, we will, this is the flat rate to rent out the studio. Rent out the screening room. And once you guys leave, we'll clean it with sanitizing everything.
Yep.
And then bring in the next group.
Yeah. And just have enough time in between the two, so you can kind of, like, I don't know, purify the air or something.
Yeah.
So you don't breathe in those droplets, and then maybe still have people wear their masks to be safe. You know. Vader's Pet Pig writes, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Watching New Mutants tonight at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, yay! Cool.
We had a great experience, and then just any tips.
You do want to get there early, because
they let you in an hour early, so you can get the front row, and then you can park, and then there was concession there, there's bathroom. Bring like a sun. Well, he's going tonight, so he won't have a problem with the sun. If you're going tonight,
you should be fine with the sun.
And bring as much snacks as you want.
Make sure you clean your window. Like, you clean the outside of your window and the inside of your window, because I had the windshield, like the cleaning solution with the windshield wipers.
Yes.
And I was like, I looked closer and I was like, oh, that's on the inside.
Yes.
Because like the smears and stuff. Yeah. Definitely bring as many snacks and stuff as you like. We had
a whole bag. We brought a whole 2-liter bottle of soda with cups, and we didn't bring ice. Next time we can do an ice chest with ice cubes in it. We have like cookies and snacks and Cheez-Its, because I cannot live without Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. There's just like so much snack. Plus they have concession there. And for the later times that you go, they have multiple food trucks. So like they had one that was like, it was like Korean food. It was like Korean fusion food, and it looked so good. They had like Korean chicken wings. They had Korean beef bowls, and I was like, can I just get one for the ride home? Oh my god. And if also, like what Jack said, if you have a mini freezer you happen to have unplugged in your car, you're set. You have ice cold drinks.
Those. I want one of those, just so we can go out and do more things like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, a little mini fridge for the car would be a really good idea.
Yeah. Thank you so much to Sheriff the Hufflepuff for hanging out. It is late where they are, so thank you so much for hanging out and watching, and for hanging out in the chat. So do you want to say anything else about Mulan? Because we had talked about it already a little bit.
No, I don't want to say too much, because one, if you guys want a detailed review, you can head over to our YouTube channel and watch our review there.
Yes.
I also don't want to accidentally have something slip to where that'd be kind of a spoiler
Yeah.
or something that someone would be like, oh, why did you say that, kind of a thing.
Yes.
So I mean, overall, I think it's worth renting. If it's like you and maybe one or two other people that are
Yeah, if
being
it's
able to watch it.
worth it to you, obviously gauge that within your own
If you're short on
comfort.
money, then please, then go ahead and wait until December, kind of a thing.
Especially if you already especially if you already subscribed to Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
we kind of wanted to support the format because until this pandemic is over, this probably is going to be the way we view movies for a while, whether it's PVOD or drive-in, or if we have the money to rent out a theater, which is like the very expensive option. It's really awesome, but it's an expensive. It's more of an expensive option that I would not want to like. That's like the bottom like plan D. You know. So, and with that said, I was a guest on the podcast Only Stupid Answers with DJ. Thank you so much for having me on the show. You're laughing at the title.
Yeah,
it's a good name, right?
I love his name. I love that name. I just think
Only Stupid Answers.
It's a great, just, hey, you know what? We're just here to have fun.
Rolls off the tongue. Yeah, no judgment. DJ Red and I had great discussions about Mulan, and it all kind of also veered off into other topics as well. So it's available on the podcast, wherever podcast is available, I believe, and it drops today. So yay. Okay, so I put a couple of other little tidbits because I thought it would be really, really fun to just kind of talk about it because we're just having a grand old time here. But you guys, do you think boneless wing, do they count as actual wings? So there is actually a man in Nebraska who took this to court, and he is trying to put in motion that restaurants, you might as well pull her up.
Okay.
She is so needy and wanting an attention.
Hi, Navi.
Look, but then look, you get her up and she's like, I don't want to be up here anymore.
Well, it's too late now. You're here and I'm going to pet you.
So yeah, he wants to change how the menu he basically doesn't want it to be called boneless wings because he doesn't really consider them to be wings. He's like, they're just like, call them chicken tenders. And he also said the words spicy nugs.
Spicy
nugs is like, one of them. And I just thought it was so funny. I was like, this is the most 2020 court case as it can get. And you know what? I am okay with this being a court case in 2020 because it's delightful, it's hilarious, and we
need more news like this.
It was so funny.
This is the kind of news that you're just like, you can laugh at, does no harm in, watching it or supporting it or not supporting it. It opens up a fun kind of debate kind of thing to be like, well, then should we call them buffalo wings because they're not from buffaloes?
This is also true.
But it's also one of those things that I'm like, if this was the weirdest, dumbest thing we had to worry about right now, I would be the happiest person in the world. I mean, honestly, I just love kind of sitting down and just kind of laughing at this and kind of smacking my forehead and be like, oh, well. Silly humans.
But yeah, do you guys consider boneless buffalo wings to be wings? And I think we do have a reply from Pardee who writes, some of my friends tell me that boneless wings are basically just chicken nuggets, which essentially is true with just extra breading.
Yeah.
Harder breading in the shape of a chicken nugget. Kimberly G85, hello there. How are you? Writes, I could not roll my eyes hard enough on this one. I laughed so hard because I also rolled my eyes. I was like, seriously, this is in court.
We also watched the video of
there is a video. Watch the video. We can't stream it because it's like a no-no, but like if you watch it, and he was so serious because somebody started laughing and he kind of goes, excuse me, I'm trying to do a thing here.
Very serious.
So
and
funny.
The fact that he was so I don't want to say melodramatic, but the fact that he was like, we have been living a lie for years. And I'm like, dude, I'm so happy that this is your biggest concern right now. The fact that you've taken the time to do all the paperwork, follow up on all of the,
that's because right.
I've been to small claims court. And I did not like it. The only reason why I kept my sanity was because I just happened to find someone there who worked at the courthouse who was such a nice person to help me through each and every step and help me find this person, to be able to find this information, to be able to put it on the paperwork. I wouldn't have been able to survive if it wasn't for those people.
Yeah.
And to be able to take this to court and go through all of that yourself, because I'm pretty
Dress
sure.
Dress up in your suit and tie and make, so you look court appropriate.
Yeah.
And then present to the judge. This is what I want to put in motion. I want restaurants to strike the term boneless chicken wings from their menu and just rename it to spicy nugs, which is like the most 2020 thing ever. We also have a couple of comments from the chat. Thank you so much for chiming in. Craig says, fun fact, they're called buffalo wings because they were created in Buffalo, New York. I actually did not know that. So thank you very much for that insight. I learned something new today. Debbie writes, I'm not sure, but I love boneless wings. So also another question to all of you guys. Do you prefer boneless wings, spicy nugs, or do you prefer regular wings? And if you do prefer regular wings, do you want the wings or the drumettes?
Drumettes.
I prefer, if I'm eating a chicken wing, just the wing. But if I'm having like fried chicken, I love the drumstick. But then there's also times where I'm really lazy and I just want to stab with my fork and eat the chicken wing.
No, those all have their merits, you know.
Clean fingers.
And also, what would you guys want to call boneless chicken wings?
Oh God, yes! Please let us know.
Because I can think of some that would kind of be funny. I do like the kind of the spicy nugs kind of thing, but I would love to hear some of your guys' responses, because when you ask the live chat some of these questions, you can come out with gold,
really gold answers,
brilliant gold. Sometimes you're like, that's it, I'm now fighting for that name for boneless chicken wings for the rest of my life until that happens, because I want that to happen.
You call Buffalo Wild Wings like, hey, I would like 10 spicy nugs tossed in mango habanero, thank you very much. And they're like, spicy nugs? What?
That's what happens. You know, it's not going to happen by a court decision. It's going to happen by enough people.
Well, the video's like viral now.
Yeah. Enough people actually asking for it. So go out to your Buffalo Wild Wings and order some spicy nugs.
Order some spicy nugs. Vader's Pet Pig also writes, boneless wings are for people who just want to chomp.
No, I'm just shoving. Honestly, there is, I have to admit, some nice merit to not actually having to work around a bone and just being able to grab it and just shove it in your face.
Yeah.
But one of the things that Wendy teases me about this all the time, on how clean I get my chicken bones, because it looks like the bone was boiled. I don't know if it's boiled.
A tease or if I'm actually like impressed.
And anything that's on a bone, whether it's chicken or beef ribs, I will actually, like, with my teeth, pull a layer of the bone off, kind of a thing, because that is the most flavorful, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, the closer to the bone, the more tender the meat is. Justin writes, I prefer regular wings. And then about the court case, he goes, either that person has it good, or else they have skewed priorities. Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
But honestly, can't we say that about all of us?
This is true. Yes, the video. If you guys are looking for the video, I see Kim and Jack are both looking for the video. He's got like long straight hair.
I have to go back and watch.
I think glasses as well. But I think if you type in like Nebraska man buffalo or boneless wings, it'll probably pop up on your search engine. Let's see. Granted, this is from Justin. Granted, I've spent too much time thinking about whether or not franchise movies in theaters have a future, so I can't talk. First world problems. Yes, it's true. And we have a couple of super chats, so let's go ahead and get to them. This one from Amr. Thank you so much. Hey, Amr, how are you?
Thanks,
Amr writes, really gutted Mulan won't be in theaters. Still not sold on Disney Plus. Only subscribed for Mandalorian. I think I'll resubscribe in December just for Mulan. Well, did you like, and this is our question to Amr, did you like The Mandalorian enough to subscribe and watch for season 2? Because if so, The Mandalorian season 2 comes out in October, and if you just keep it for like 2 months, then you'll get to see Mulan in December. So there's that little. Yeah, I am.
From the sound of it, though, it sounds like he's trying to do it in spurts, to where like you buy it first and you watch everything that you want to watch real quick, and then you cancel your subscription. Then you wait like a few months, wait for like the archive to build up, and then you do a binge again on Mulan, Mandalorian. If you loved Mandalorian, watch The Gallery.
Yes,
that was the behind the scene featurette of The Mandalorian was amazing. Seeing how they filmed everything, that awesome layout that they had for the what is it for the
The
way
volume.
that the
It's called The
volume?
Volume.
Oh, it is really cool to watch. There's a lot of neat stuff
Plus more
on
Baby
Disney
Yoda.
Plus.
Plus
And more Baby Yoda.
Basically, Amr, when you decide to come back to Disney Plus, you're gonna have so much to watch in December. You're just watch. Your eyeballs are gonna be like, yes, I'm so happy.
But that's also a smart way to do it. If you're tight on money, kind of be like, okay, no, we're just going to buy 1 month, and during this month, I'm binging everything, and then cancel it.
You have to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
you have to do what you got to do.
It's a good way of being able to save a lot of money too.
Exactly.
However, we just keep on watching it. So we bought it for 3 years.
We bought it for 3 years, so we have, I think, another 2 years left. Justin writes, thank you so much for your super chats, by the way, you guys. Justin writes, do you feel people either will or are currently losing interest in the MCU? I have mixed feelings on the current state, and I want to be excited for Phase 4. I'm just not sure how to feel. My excitement is I'm still just excited because the universe can only grow, and I love being able to be introduced to new superheroes, to new comic books, and to new characters. I am really excited for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I love Simu Liu in Kim's Convenience. It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, I think it's on Netflix. It's hilarious. And I'm really excited to see him as an action hero. Very excited for Love and Thunder, Thor Love and Thunder. Cannot wait because I love Thor and it's another Taika film. So it's checking all the boxes for me. And the Eternals. I really, the Eternals, sounds like I'm saying internals, but I'm not. I'm saying Eternals. It's really interesting because I know very little about it. And the way I feel about it is how I kind of felt about Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, I also didn't, and I'm not saying tonally they're going to be the same because I think they're totally not going to be the same. But I was not very aware or educated on Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's kind of how I feel about the Eternals. So I'm excited to kind of see these heroes have their debut on the big screen.
Yeah, it's always weird when someone starts to talk about, oh, is interest declining or are people starting to lose interest in certain things? I mean, I believe it's very much like a business to where at one, when Avengers hit, you had this huge upwards climb and you still had upwards climb. And then you got into, what is it called? Age of Ultron. And it I'd have to say the interest kind of started flattening out around there, but then a huge spike again for Infinity War, and then another huge spike for Endgames. And right now, I think we're kind of in a plateau because we are in a transitional phase.
Yes.
Right now, we are going from Phase 3, where we had all of this buildup for years, literally almost since the beginning, since Avengers came out. We've had this huge buildup to Endgame. And now it's kind of like we just finished that huge story. So now there's a little bit of a plateau, and it's whether or not we're going to see another spike and whether or not we're going to see, or if we're going to see a decline. Even if it declines a little bit, there's still a huge interest. And the MCU has done such a good job on having such a good upwards momentum that it would take a couple really big flops in a row for people to finally completely lose interest. I think you'd have to have a lot of flops in a row. I think you need almost like an entire phase to completely fail.
And I feel like Marvel really, they've built this really great way of working out and their planning and marketing for the MCU that I think they've got a strategy and they're just adjusting it as needed. But I think it's not going to be a problem. Plus, it's also not just the fans who are already comic book fans. These new series are also going to bring in new fans. So I think it's constantly, so if people do kind of get a little bored of it or whatever, they kind of, aren't as interested in it, but then to not really replace them, but to kind of counter and balance that is the new fans that will come in and that'll watch these new movies that are coming up.
And and the same thing happens in every single cinematic universe, I guess you can say. Any big pop culture fandom, for example, Pirates of the Caribbean went up, it kind of plateaued, and then it came down. Some things have lasted a little bit longer, some things have been a little bit more successful. James Bond, you can say that when they were making
did y'all see the last trailer?
Which looks
No Time to Die,
amazing,
so good.
But like, say for example, when the first Pierce Brosnan James Bond came out, huge spike interest in James Bond, and then a couple of them, and then it started teetering off. But then you had Daniel Craig, and it went back up again. So it all depends on certain phases and how well they're doing, kind of a thing.
agreed with you there. And anything else you want to say about the MCU?
No, I mean, I love the MCU. I'm still excited for it. But yeah, I can kind of see where people are like, because the excitement is just not as high as it was with Endgame. This is the conclusion of the entire four.
It does feel like a chapter closed, and there's this like kind of space where you don't really know what's next because like that chapter has closed, but they do have all these things that are planned out. Like they have the Black Widow. Well, the Black Widow movie, we kind of know I won't say, just in case anybody have not watched Infinity War and Endgame yet. But yes, okay, so that's our piece on that. Next, thank you so much, It was Justin, right? Yes, thank you so much, Justin, for your supporting your super chat from Vader's Pet Pig. I don't know if you guys share, but how did you guys meet? Sword fighting.
Yep, we actually met fighting each other. We used to work for a company that did fight choreography for like film, television, and commercials, and little things like that. And we also did like birthday parties where we dressed up as a princess and a knight, or two pirates, or there were some times where it was Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Oh, those Yoda days.
And
Ahsoka Tano as well.
Ahsoka, that's right.
Jedi's, yeah.
That was a cool costume you had.
That was a lot
even
of fun.
Though that headpiece was murder.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I made that in. When did Clone Wars come out? When did the movie come out?
Oh, like 05,
08?
Around.
It wasn't 05. I wasn't in LA.
Oh, yeah, true.
So it was 08 or 09.
It feels like it was forever ago.
Yeah, it was forever
ago. It's probably only like what, 10 years ago?
Yeah. So to the point where her first costume was just the brown like bandeau across her chest and the brown skirt. So when they gave her, I remember like seasons later when they gave her a full like on thing, and I was like, yes, because I didn't have to like airbrush and paint myself orange.
I wonder if they kind of saw that and they're like, for the fans, for the people that are going to cosplay, let's put some clothing, more clothing up.
I don't think so, but it's a nice theory. It's a nice theory. And of course, you guys, going back to our Buffalo Wings talk. Welcome back to our Buffalo Wings talk. Let's see. There is a lot of really fun ones. So there's votes for Vanja says boneless. Black Bono Lala says drumsticks. Jack says I just call them spicy wings. But they're not wings. That's what the guy is saying because there's no bone in them. So there's there's no like they're not a wing. Party says I like both wings and boneless, but prefer boneless more. I prefer boneless when I don't want to get my fingers dirty. Like sometimes I don't eat hot Cheetos because I don't want Cheeto fingers.
Like use chopsticks when you eat the Cheeto.
I've done that. And it's great because you can rub your eye and not get like hot Cheeto dust in your eyes, which is not a great feeling. If I just says call it chicken meat.
Chicken meat.
Fried chicken
boneless chicken meat.
Boneless chicken meat. Wild wings. Let's see. Sorry. My vote from Craig. Breaded chick chunks.
Breaded chick chunks.
Chicken
chunks.
Breaded chicken chunks, please. A pound of them, please.
A pound of breaded.
That's awesome. All right, Chris's super chat. So let's take this to the next level. Chris's choice. What is your favorite place for wings of any kind? Oh.
Wingstop is pretty good.
Wingstop's pretty good. We've had Wingstop.
We have Wingstop. For some reason, the wings that I remember the best, I can't remember. It was when
what's
I was
that one place?
College.
Oh gosh. Okay, you talk. I'm gonna look it up.
They actually had a deal on these Tyson chicken wings, even though they were just frozen. I just threw them in the oven, and they turned out so good. I have never been able to find that again. Like that brand. I love just how like they ended up being like really juicy.
Yeah.
But Wingstop is a really good place to go. And also the thing is with chicken wings is that there are a lot of mom and pop places that are amazing.
Yeah.
So sometimes being able to find just that place is, I mean, especially when it's just around your town.
Yeah.
You'll find like these little hole in the walls that are just like, oh my gosh, these are such good wings.
Yeah. And I like, and I know a lot of people like Buffalo Wild Wings because they have like, I don't know, 20 plus sauces that you can get your wings tossed in. And now they have dry rub. But I think I'm a little like meh because I worked there for a long time. And like the management team for that specific store, especially after the main manager left, just like went downhill, and I was just like, I cannot work here, so I ended up quitting. And I was just like, so like it's hard for me to say like Buffalo Wild Wings because I like their sauces.
But that's also the one that everyone kind of knows.
Yeah,
too. I mean,
Buffalo Wild
that's
Wings.
a big chain.
Yes. But I would pick, and it's, I don't even know if they have one here in LA, but we hit this up in New York. Dennis actually found it because he was looking on his Yelp. He goes, "Let's go here," and I was like, "What is it?" He goes, "Korean chicken wings." I'm like, "Done." Like it's I don't know what they do to the wings, but it's like super tender meat, very juicy, but the outside it's not like, it's got like the perfect crunch. It's not too, it doesn't hurt, doesn't scrape the roof of your mouth when you're eating it. Oh my god. And it's so you can get it spicy, you can get it regular, you can get it in sauce, and they have little gloves. And this place in New York, it's called Bangchan, Bonchon in New York, and I believe
that
it's
looks good.
Yeah, it's a chain, I believe, and it's just like, it's so delicious. And they also have like fried rice and edamame,
and I love me some fried rice.
and it's just like so good. They had bibimbap, I think. Yeah, I cannot. So that was a really good
I miss
place.
going out so much. Oh, that food just looked so good. It really made me just feel like, okay, we're just going to get takeout tonight.
Yes. Oh, maybe we will. I mean, we do have a campaign tonight.
Oh,
so maybe
yeah.
we don't have to think about eating. Okay, and another one from Chris. Thank you. What's
Oh, nothing.
okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were giving me a cue. This is especially for Wendy. Are you aware that when Disneyland reopens, wow. Let's take that again. Take two. Pick up. Are you aware that when Disneyland reopens, new Ahsoka Tano lightsabers will be coming to Dagondars? Yes, 100%. I think, Chris, you were probably busy on the day that we had talked about this on the live stream, but we did see Ashley Eckstein on the Disney Parks blog's Instagram story where she unveiled the Clone Wars version of her lightsabers.
Looks so awesome.
Looks so good. They changed colors from green to blue, and I'm just like, oh my god. For some reason, though, I kind of want to keep them green, because for me, that's like,
that's the
true Ahsoka before
she
left before she was like, sorry, Jedi Council, I'm done. I'm done with you. I really want to get it. I'm not sure when Galaxy's Edge is going to open. I'm not sure if I'm gonna feel comfortable or brave enough to head there quite yet. With that said, I know that Disney will probably restrict how many people are entering an enclosed space like Dagondars, because it's not that big and it can get crowded pretty easily because the way it's structured. Like, you have the funnel that goes in like this, and then it opens up into the shop, which then the register and Dagondar himself takes up most of the room. So I know they're not going to sell out. Maybe for temporarily they will.
Yeah.
Like the Fulcrum ones sold out as well, but
then they got more of them.
Really, really want them. So
they look really cool.
We're gonna have to save up money, and we will get them, and then I can have all the Ahsoka lightsabers. All of it.
And we're just going to hang them up somewhere. We've got to display those somewhere a little bit more prominent than where they are right now.
So my friend Jen Marie actually sent me this link of like these holders that the way her and her husband display lightsabers, and at night they go down the hall because they line up like this and they stand up like this, and she just goes down and she turns them on at night. And I'm just like, I mean, yes, okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yes, okay.
That's going to be a kind of a high bill when it comes to AA batteries.
Yes.
But still, that's pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. Debbie writes, you on Discord. We're like, take my money now. Take it all. Take out anything, anytime that's like anything Ahsoka, I'm so willing to like throw my money. It's like, yes. Whenever it's even if it's an Ahsoka inspired thing, I'm like, yes. So I like really, really hurts to say that I wasn't able to pick up any of the Rock Love's / Her Universe collaboration.
For you were really disappointed about that.
I just couldn't, and I really wanted this one piece of jewelry that commemorated Falkor, and that meant more to me than Ahsoka because it's Falkor. So I chose that over the thing, and you know what? It is okay, completely okay. And I like what Adam says here. Adam writes, I am more concerned about Savi's workshop space. They're really gonna have to sanitize that because everybody's got their hands on everything and touching things.
And there's people that will pick up a piece and go, no, not this one. Oh, no, not this one.
You have to literally sanitize. And does that like kind of affect the quality and the finish and the...
I think when they reopen, they probably won't do the...
They'll just customize it via like outside. And
yeah, you can be like,
sucks. Then they have to lower the price.
Yeah, because one of the big parts is that you want to build your own droid. Yeah, so that
droid and lightsaber. Yeah.
Well, I guess they could make it a little bit cheaper then. I mean, you can customize it and then someone else with a mask and glove.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's also something that they have to do. If you want to build it, we have a mask
you
have to
sanitize
wear.
right before you start building.
Yeah,
if you sanitize the gloves that you're wearing before you start building, and you got your masks on so you can't touch your face and stuff, like that might be okay.
Yeah.
And then the staff will still have to go in and sanitize everything and kind of let the room air out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We will see. Hey, we got some viewers watching from Berlin, Germany. Thank you so much
cool.
for joining us. Thank you. What
Thanks,
time is
guys.
it there? Wow, that's awesome.
It's still weird that I honestly, I'll say this 100 times. I still think it's weird that we have fans from all over the world, kind of a thing. I'm still surprised that we have like one or two people watching us, because I'm like, we're such dorks. I'm like, how do people actually think that we're cool?
We're not.
And we're just sitting here being dorks and doing our dorky thing.
Just like to talk about nerdy things with our fellow movie bunch. Thank you so much to Justin for another super chat. Thank you so much. Who do you think will win the streaming service war that are ongoing right now, if there can only be one? My bet would be on Netflix, with runner-up being Disney and Amazon. I would put my money on Netflix right now.
Netflix, I think, is a good bet, but I think what Disney and Amazon, if you're talking about in the end, which one will stand, kind of a thing. Disney and Netflix have a huge advantage. The fact that they have a multi-billion-dollar companies at their back, to where Disney kind of already owns the world, and Amazon already kind of sells everything in the world, kind of a thing. So they have this huge monopoly grip on it, to where if they decide to have one of their fingers kind of go off and try to take over the streaming world, one of those guys, I think, is going to end up in the end. If you're talking actually about, if only one could survive, kind of a thing. But I think Netflix is doing an amazing job on making them a legitimate studio, because they've gotten Oscar nominations, they've won what are they I know
Alma.
They've won a whole bunch of different awards. I don't know if they've ever won an Oscar, one of their movies. I think they have. I think their movies
wasn't it Alma?
Maybe, but they have done a better job on people seeing them now as it's just a Netflix movie,
I think that's
kind of a thing. But so it seems like Netflix will have a really good chance of having some strong staying power.
Let's see. Nope.
Well, I'm sure the chat will.
That's what it was. That I was thinking Alma. I was thinking Honey Boy, the director, Alma. Wasn't that a specific Netflix drop? Oh no, it was not. It was debuted at TIFF. So no, I'm wrong. Roma is what I'm thinking of. That's it. Roma.
Well, I'm sure, if we look up
Roma was the one, but I just feel like there's a difference between Netflix and Disney Plus, where Disney Plus, because they have a family-friendly brand, they have kind of, I don't want to say a lessons their variety, because The Mandalorian can be pretty right.
But for example, they're not going to put a rated R Deadpool on Disney Plus.
Correct. Even though they can't put it on Netflix either, because it's Fox. So it technically would only go on.
But Netflix can put up rated R content. Heck, look at a whole bunch of the different things that they've released. I was even thinking that Love, Sex and Robots channel, you can put that on Disney Plus.
The more adult content that they probably cannot put or is less likely to put on Disney Plus. And I think that's where I feel like personally Netflix has the upper hand on it, because it can reach a broader audience, where Disney, the lucky thing for them is they have a very set in fan base. When they announced Disney Plus, I didn't know much about it, but I knew that we were going to get it. I knew that we were going to get it because we would get the entire library for the animated stuff. We would get Disney Channel originals. Oh my gosh, I got to make this one watch Smart House.
Oh yeah, you've been telling me about that.
We watched the trailer and he's like, "What is this?" So
but also, Adam pointed this out too, and don't forget that Disney also owns Hulu. So they're already building up the monopoly, so they can have all of their Disney Plus stuff and then have more of their adult content on Hulu.
all in all this means that with the streaming wars is that us fans get way too much content that our eyes can't handle, and we fall behind on literally everything, because I'm just kind of like, gotta watch this now, this came out, gotta watch this. We still haven't watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and I know it's and I know it's out now, and I'm like itching to watch it.
And there's also the fact there's still things like Hulu out there. I'm not Hulu, HBO Max.
Oh yeah,
there's still YouTube out there. YouTube is, you know, a giant when it comes to
Amazon Studios as well.
Amazon Studios. So yeah, well, and the fact that Amazon also has a bonus because they can be like, okay, well, we have our own material, but we can also sell other people's material as well on Amazon. Where Disney is kind of like, no, it's only what Disney owns.
Right.
But I think
but they own a lot. That's the whole thing.
Is that they're gonna it's gonna go the way of the cable companies.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. To where it's going to be where you end up with just hundreds of different kinds, but they're all technically under 4 different companies.
Yes. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in both. I feel like Netflix and Disney are kind of doing this, but for me right now, like this is Netflix and this is Disney Plus. So not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Not that big of a difference for me. Let's see a couple of more questions from you guys. Noah writes, what is your favorite moment in the MCU? Mine is the what the F moment in Spider-Man Homecoming, where May said it while far away from home, Peter Parker said it. Oh, okay. Favorite moment in I gotta go all the way back to
well, like I think one of my favorite moments, and the ones that if we're talking about original moments that made me fall in love with it, when Iron Man was getting put into his suit for the first time.
The very first time. Yeah, that was a good moment.
That was when you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome.
Yes.
One of my newer moments that I'm just like, I just get giddy about is when Thor comes into Wakanda.
Oh my God, with Stormbreaker?
With Stormbreaker. The moment to where On Your Left, I think is really good.
That's got to be like one of my top favorites. One of my top favorites.
I'm trying to think of in Avengers when he smashes Loki. Puny God.
Oh my God, when and then Loki just lays there like. I'm wearing a Loki shirt today.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. I gotta
take off. I have to admit, you have some really cool outfits.
It's a Her Universe T-shirt.
And Wendy also has
I got from New York Comic Con.
I still think it's one of the coolest things ever. Your Loki like evening gown or evening dress that you have.
By Al Hoffer.
It's
called the Mischief something dress. I don't remember the full term of it.
Goddess of Mischief.
That would be Hela, wouldn't it? Well, no.
Well, no, because you're a goddess. And
I
then
get it.
Mischief because of Loki.
Aww.
Because you're my goddess.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. A few more questions before we jump off because this room is getting hot.
Yeah, even with the AC running, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Sweating. This is from Justin, any moments from the TV side of things? I know they've low-key said that the old shows don't count anymore except they used to, and I had at least as many great moments from those shows. I'm trying to remember like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
I only saw like a few episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is that what they're talking about? Are we talking about the MCU?
Yeah, because you know how they kind of don't like
they don't
towards the TV.
Oh,
I think that's what Justin means. I think that's what Justin means. I'm
pretty sure that I mean, when it comes moving forward, those things like the Punisher, the Daredevil,
the hallway fight, staircase fight. That's probably
that's awesome. That's a really good fight. And there were some moments too in Punisher where you're just like, oh, because it's just so brutal.
So good.
I still have to go back and watch some of those.
Yeah, I know. We have to finish what Luke Cage was it? Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Season 2. We didn't get to finish.
No, we finished season 2.
Oh, season 3.
There's a season 3.
There's
also a season 3 of Daredevil anymore, right? And a season 2 of Punisher.
Is it all? I think it's all off.
All been axed?
I don't think it's streaming anymore.
Oh, well, guess we can't watch it then.
I am not sure, but I also really enjoyed Agent Carter.
Yeah, you actually watched that. I actually didn't.
Thought it was a lovely show. Lovely.
So did we
Okay.
get all of our super chats? I do
I think
not want to forget
so.
to answer any
Oh,
of
I
them.
want to. Vanja says, "Did you like my guest suggestions for your birthday?" Yes, those are great suggestions. And again, on Monday from 1 p.m. PT to 2:30 p.m. PT, Dustin and I will be here just hanging out, chatting with you guys. Much like this, I don't know if there's going to be activities. I haven't thought that far. I'm probably just going to want to eat cheesecake and have a good birthday. It's weird because I really thought that like by now I could actually like have a birthday, but then when July
Yeah.
creeped, like the end of July creeped around, I was like, oh, I don't think so. I think I better shift my gears to doing something different. But yes, I did see your suggestions. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Very, very much. And I'm excited to, I don't know, celebrate my birthday with all of you guys, with all
Woo!
the movie bunch and Dustin
I'm
and
excited to
Navi.
celebrate her birthday too.
Yay! Okay, let's see. Do, 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 do.
Any other cool things?
I thought I saw a
What's the
comment.
red one up there? Is that?
Oh yeah, that's from D Train.
Oh.
Just saw Tenet.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
was a
okay.
long time ago. Long
We
time
got to
ago.
that. We got to that. Cool, cool.
Yes.
I was just afraid that we missed it or something, or there was. It's hard to keep up with all of the different super chats and all of the different comments. Some of them just go, brrr, and I'm not that fast of a reader
like,
to begin with.
Oh, wait, what? Yeah. Well, you guys, I think that brings us to the end of today's live stream. Thank you so much for it was very chill, very fun
I don't
live
know.
stream.
Chill. I'm sweating.
Well, okay, it's chill as in not the literal sense. Just a fun time hanging out with all of you guys. But we're gonna go and turn all of our lights off. And if you guys, oh, I forgot to do this. Okay, so if you guys want to continue your discussion about anything we talked about here, if you want to meet our fellow movie bunch, everybody is super cool. We do have a Discord that I'm gonna drop into the chat right now, and you can come and join and hang out with us and talk about movies, your favorite like discussions on movies, on TV shows. You can what else? There's toys and collectibles section. There is a video game section that I just added. And yeah, so feel free to come and hang
Today's
out.
going to be a
Thank you so
good
much.
day to kind of lock up and just play some video games in front of
Yeah.
and with the AC on and with the fan on.
Yeah, I think Dustin and I might go and play some Diablo 3. Just have a good time, at least for an hour.
Just
and then
some
I have
smashing.
and then I have to jump back on the editing train before our Pathfinder campaign tonight. Well, you guys, thank you all so much for joining us. We hope to see you on Monday for the not so serious, very loosey goosey, I don't have a structure at all, birthday celebration stream. We will see you then. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, and have a good rest of your